to the Lion's Den with Stephen Carr, and today we are going to be talking about the grassroots rising and the takeover of the PAGOP, and where, when, and who can do that. And we're going and talking about that. We're going to be talking about can Stacy Garrity get the support of the grassroots for her 2026 win after throwing. There we go. Hello and welcome to Lion's Den with Stephen Carr. Today we're going to be talking about hold on here. Today we're going to be talking about can the grassroots get the support of Stacy Garrity, Dan Meuser dropping out of the race for the 2026 governor election, as well as Stacy Garrity. Can she get support? Can she get the support of the grassroots after throwing the grassroots under the bus by making that robocall to support establishment PAGOP candidate Ann Wheatcraft Commonwealth in the Commonwealth no in the Superior Court no yeah Commonwealth Court in the Commonwealth Court Commonwealth Court election in this election coming up, and the grassroots rising to take over the PAGOP. Can who, when, where, and how you can take over the PAGOP, and who's involved, and who can be involved, and where do you gather or unite to do just a thing as that. Um, so if you don't know already, and you would like to, it is the precinct strategy. It is getting gathered together. Conservatives can gather inside their local GOP county or PA or state committees or county committees for a better cause in your local respective to become a precinct committeeman for your voting district. It's simple as no precinct committeeman, no Republican Party. That is That is all there is to it. The precinct committeemen are the Republican Party. The precinct committeemen are the most powerful um, office in the country, not the president, not your congressman, not your state house, not your governorship, but the precinct committee. Why is the precinct committee so important or so powerful? Because precinct committeemen vote on county party leadership, who then vote on state party leadership, and state party leadership then votes on RNC leadership. And so it's all the way up from the bottom to the top, not the top to the bottom, and it's the most powerful office in the country. Not only that, but they also make sure that America First mega candidates get onto the ballot in every election, local election, county elections, municipal elections, state elections, federal elections. All candidates need a certain amount of signatures to get involved in the to get on the primary ballot, and we help do that. Um, the other thing is the other thing is who are these? What kind of people can gather precinct committee inside the GOP or Republican committees? And I'm going to show you just two. So, bam, there you have it. It should show. I guess it's not showing because I don't have it on presentation. So, let me scroll up. Presentation. All right, here we go. Oh, I lost it. First of all, let me go back. So, here we go. There you go. Presentation. In 2008, well over half of the Republican Party's local committee volunteer voting member slots were vacant, and in 2010 all the way to 2020, they were vacant. Whose fault is it? It's conservatives that are being vocal but not active. That is people on Facebook. There's people on Twitter going back and forth. Oh, we can do this, or they should do this. How about you walk the talk? You get involved in your local Republican Party, GOP county committees or state committees, and fill these vacant slots. And get involved in your local GOP. Action, 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 guys! It's time to stay involved. It's time. It's time to. It's time. It's time to take action. So, um, as you can see, we have vacant, half is vacant. We have moderates and conservatives at this point, half strength, ideologically split, no message, no ground game, no GOTV capability, 200,000 precinct committeemen. What could this look like? I'm going to show you what it could look like. This is how we take over the. This is what it would look like if we could take over the PA GOP or county committees across the 67 counties in Pennsylvania. This is the grassroots rising. This is how we do it within your local Republican committees or county committees um, over the 67 counties in Pennsylvania or across the country, wherever you live, how many counties they are. You got 100% strength and 75% conservative or 100%, 400,000 precinct committeeman slots. Conservatives outnumber the moderates. And then we got, hold on, let's add it. This. See the difference? A Republican Party at war with itself and has strength. Over here, this is what we look like now. And then a unified Republican Party at 75% Trump majority and at full strength at 100% Trump PCs, not local committees, county committees, state committees, national committees, a unified Republican and 100,000 others. It's from the bottom to the top kind of thing, not a top to the top down thing. National action. I mean, local action affects national action, guys. Uh, so get involved in your state and county committees. It's action, action. This is how we take over. There are so many other things I'm going to go over. In fact, one of the things I want you to go over is why we should vote now. Why we should vote no on 2025 on November 4th. No 3 times for these um, Superior Court and Supreme Court justices. First of all, these 3 judges that I'm going to show you. Bingo. Let's see if I can zoom in on that too. Says these 3 judges have allowed says vote no for a real choice election, hold the liberal judges accountable, allowed overbearing deconstructive COVID restrictions, and stole legitimate redistricting powers from the state legislator, and imposed legislative maps from an unrestricted third party, overturned and long precedented banning use of PA medical funds for abortions, allowed the Wolf administration to remove the Green Party from the ballot in 2020 and extended mail-in ballot returns 3 days beyond election day against election laws. Look, guys, these are the same judges that voted to lock down Pennsylvania, that took your shut down your businesses during COVID if you were out. These were the same judges that voted to take third party maps and give it to the Democrats instead and kick them off the ballot and kick the third party off the ballot in 2020, as well as lock down as well as mail-in ballots in 2020, 3 days beyond election day. If this if this is not something that the majority of Republicans don't want in the courts, then all Republicans need to go out and vote in this upcoming election in November 4th, 2025. This is the party of the people. We're going to make majority. We're going to kick them out, and they're going to vacate the bench if we can get out and vote and make a in huge voter turnout in November 4th, because this year's because this primary was only 10.64% voter turnout. It's horrible. It was ridiculous for county of York. Now I don't know what was statewide, but county of York, Pennsylvania was horrible. It was ridiculous. Republicans should be ashamed because Democrats cast in more ballots than Republicans did in the primary election. So we need to go out. We need to have a huge voter turnout in York County and Pennsylvania. Look, as statewide elections near, and Maria Batista is doing her job, going out there and um, talking to people already and making her voice heard. Um, Statewide elections need at least a 50% voter turnout to win, and a 10% vote and a 10.64% out of York County is very abysmal and very sickening and sad from York County. We need we need the grassroots populist movement and county committee people to knock on the doors, to get out and get people out and vote, call their friends and their parents to get out and vote. And um, but yes, the other thing, like I said, the other thing I wanted to show you, and there's more slides I have I wanted to show you too. Here's one for you. Bingo. Mail-in ballots 3 days after elections in 2020. These two voted this way. All three voted to kick off the Green Party off the ballot in 2020. Don't you just love Democrats? They don't stand for democracy at all. They don't stand for letting the people choose who they wanted. They just kick them right off the ballot, just like they kicked Biden right off the ballot in 2024. And then allowed Governor Wolf to shut down PA during COVID. And then uh, these two voted this way, as you can see. This between all these, the the one that you should all be out there voting no for are all three of them because of this right here. Allowed Governor Wolf to shut down PA during COVID. Your businesses were lost, workers lost their jobs, schools were schools were temporary, had to wear masks. Parents had to keep their kids with masks on them to school for months at a time. Um, you couldn't go anywhere. You were shut down, locked down in your house. You had to keep 6 feet away if you did go anywhere or near anybody. It was 4 months for me. Everybody should be out there this election voting these three out come November 4th. Vote no 3 times. This is the time we deconstruct the courts. This is the time that we take take back what was stolen from us and get back on it. The other thing I wanted to show you is this one. Oh, didn't show again. PA voters vote no on judge reattention this November. Did you know the same judges up for reattention this year were the ones who blocked the Trump campaign in 2020, claiming they didn't have the standing to challenge challenge irregularities in our election process and instead of hearing the evidence, these judges shut the door on transparency and walked away from their duty to uphold election integrity. Judges who refuse to defend the rule of law and ignore the people's concerns don't deserve another term. This November, when you see the judge retention questions on your ballot, vote no on corruption, complacency, and political cover-ups. Let's remind the courts that they answer to we the people. And then I'm going to bring up another one for you. Disrupt the status quo. Vote no. Vote no. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is currently 5 Ds and 2 Rs. Three Ds are up for election. 10-year retention on November 4th, 2025. Justice Christine Donahue and Justice Kevin Doherty. Justice David Rich vote no. So there you have it. It says vote no. Why vote no? They let Governor Tom Wolf shut down PA during COVID. They let mail-in ballots return 3 days late in 2020. As I said before, if we all vote no, they will vacate the bench, and then there will be a special election in 2027. In 2027. And if not, we're stuck with a Democrat majority until 2035. We could create a Republican majority, five five R's and 2 D's in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court before the next presidential election. For the next presidential election. What else I wanted to get? Let's see. As I said in the following one, we need to have people like you to become precinct committeemen for our for local GOPs and state GOPs and um, and get involved. This is all about action, 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 and it's time to get involved. Who are you going to find at these at these um, at these GOP meetings? You're going to find American Hero, a new precinct committeeman. This guy looks like he's blue collar. You're going to find blue collars. You're going to find union workers. You're going to find You're going to find conservative parents, um, conservatives who are veterans, and so forth, who are going to be um, at these precinct committeemen. When you become a precinct committeeman, it is how you get involved. This is how you get involved. This is where you get involved. And it's time to take a stand, guys. It's time to take over the PAGOP. The other thing I wanted to show you that I just lost was hold on. Let's see. There it is. is this coming up? Hold on. There you go. Who, where, why, and how America First issue groups all together and unite politically for real political action. You had America Firster, America First National Defense, Second Amendment supporters, anti-mandatory vaccinations, build the wall, anti-mask, America First audits and hand-counted paper ballots, elect better school boards, America First foreign policy, right to life, text enough already. All unite in local Republican Party committees to get the vote for the best conservative primary election candidates so they win. So this is how you all this is how everybody gets involved. So it's time to get involved and take take action, and where you can this is how the populist movement mega base rises. This is how the this is how we take over the GOP and the grassroots rises, and we need to continue to do so. This is how we deconstruct the courts and gain back a majority in the House with five R's and two D's in 2027 when we have a special election. And get involved we get involved here locally at the grassroots, and we take it over, guys. The other thing I wanted to show you was this. What else can you do to get involved in your in where you live? And I'm going to show you a list. I think it's showing right here. You go, guys. It says, I want you for poll watcher, precinct judge, county clerk, precinct committeeman, election official. Visit precinctstrategy.com. These are the things you can do to take back your elections, to knock out Democrats locally around you. You become a poll watcher or a precinct judge or a county clerk or a precinct committeeman or election official. Precinct judge is more like a judge of elections, and they run for 4 years, and they're in the municipal elections. Poll watcher, you can ask to volunteer for your GOP or just do it anyway. Um, County clerk, precinct committeeman, we already went over that. Election official, I'm not sure what that is, but these are the things that you can do to get involved in your locally to take out the Democrats and deconstruct the administrative state locally and the um, state people around you and get involved. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing wanted to show you was and you have I want you to become a precinct committeeman, precinctstrategy.com. President Trump wants you to become a precinct committeeman. He's already endorsed the precinct strategy in February 27th, 2022, and he he says it's a great way to do it. If this doesn't get you involved, then I don't know what will. But this is how we take action, guys. This is how we step up. The other thing I wanted to show you um, was this. So As I said before, let's see if I can zoom in. As I said before, we need to go. What do we need to do to get all of these back to where to the goal? Hand counted paper ballots, no machines, mailed ballots only for military and invalids, small precincts, 1 day election. We have to work backwards. Every Republican Party precinct committee slot needs to be filled by America First America by a volunteer America Firster to get out the vote for much greater turnouts of America First voters in the primary plus general election. America First winners, America First state legislators and governors, and then it takes you all right here. But how does that happen? By filling the seats, by filling the 400,000 precinct committee seats across the country. That's 400,000 precinct committee seats across the country. If we can only fill 2,000 of them up, we would have half of the number of 400,000 precinct committee seats filled with America Firsters, mega conservatives, grassroots constitutionalists, and so forth. This is how we take back the party, make it the working party, make it the party of common sense, make it the populist party of the populist party, the working man's party, the working class party, the teachers party, the school board party, the election integrity party, etc. And this is how we take it back. And so there you have that. Let's see what else I want to show you. Uh, speaking of GOP, there you have it. So this is how successful is the PAGOP. As you can see, right now, without the Trump effect, it's 17%. 17%. With it, it is with it. Without it, we lose. We lose. Without the Trump effect, we're 17% wins. With it, we have more wins with the Trump effect than not. We need to be more effective. Right now, the PAGOP is 31% mega, and the rest of it are division and not mega. And we need to fill the state PAGOP and county GOP with Mega America Firsters. We got a big election coming up in 2026 where county committee people are being reelected and state committee people are up for election. And we need to fill those slots with Mega Firsters. So get involved in your elections in 2026 and so forth. The other thing is, so that was one thing I want to show you. So let's just talk a little bit of common sense. So, so in so in let me see here. And so this upcoming election, we have to vote no 3 times because these judges, Democrat judges, are the ones that gave the Democrats more majority in House districts for Democrats to win more seats in the House by redistricting the districts. They have the final say in the final vote in there. So going forward, when we get a majority of 5 Rs and 2Ds, if it happens if it happens this coming election where we kick out these 3 guys, these 3 judges that I showed you, and we get Republicans in, then they can redo the maps in 2027 or 2030, I think it is, and uh, and give Republicans more majority in the House districts to win more elections going forward. That's why it's so important. This 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 vote that you put out on 3 no's by vacating the seats goes all the way is a future it's a future process going forward for helping America Firsters win, helping the Republican Party win. So you must vote no 3 times on those judges on um, on November 4th, and that would help us in 2026 as well. And that's another thing I'm going to bring up here is I want to just talk off the cusp of my head here. Just opinion of a matter. Um, can Stacy Garrity can Stacy Garrity get the support of the grassroots for her 2026 run if she decides to run? She did throw grassroots under the bus. She threw the grassroots movement under the bus by making that robocall in support of Ann Wheatcraft, establishment PAGOP candidate for the Commonwealth Court. For the Commonwealth Court, I think it was. Yes. No, Superior Court. I think it was Superior Court. Yes, Superior Court. And uh, so she made a robocall to thousands of grassroots people who now are backtracking and don't want to support her because of that support. Now, with that said, the facts are in that she did win the 2024 statewide row office election with 3.9 million votes, more votes than Josh Shapiro did in his 2022 general election with 2.9. She also won her election without Trump when she first ran and with Trump when she did run. And so that is also a factor to in. If you have a candidate to both win all without the Trump effect and with the Trump effect is a plus. Now the other thing is that um, that we can't have extreme candidate again, like extreme right candidate like Doug Mastriano again. No offense to Doug, but he lost us the majority in the House by his name being on top of the ballot. He lost us the woman vote in 2022 by going to extreme on abortions. He wasn't there when he said he supported election integrity and he was the strongest opponent of it. When the 2020 thing was rigged, he failed. We can't have another lame duck session for another 4 more years or 2 more years and not get anything done in the PA House. So we need to focus on having either Stacy Garrity win, which is the best of one, because Dan Meuser just dropped out, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Here you have it. If you can read it. From the PAGOP, Harrisburg Chairman Greg Rothman and Republican Party of Pennsylvania have issued a statement regarding Congressman Dan Meuser's decision not to enter the race for governor of Pennsylvania in 2025. On behalf of the Republican Party of Pennsylvania, we are grateful that Congressman Meuser will stay in Congress fighting for the people, our great Commonwealth, and promoting and passing the Trump-Vance agenda of peace, prosperity, and America first. Congressman Meuser will continue to be a leader in our party for many years to come. We are confident we have an outstanding candidate for governor and ready to put Pennsylvania first, Chairman Greg Rothman. The PAGOP remains confident in its momentum heading into 2025 and will continue working to elect Republicans up and down the ballot who will fight for hard work in Pennsylvania. Thank you. So there you have it, guys. Great Dan Meuser dropped out, clearing the way for Stacy Garrity to possibly win, or somebody else to possibly step up and win in this 2026 election. But again, let's focus on the future, guys, and let's get involved in our GOP. Let's get involved in your county GOPs, PA GOPs. Start taking it over. This is where the grassroots begins. This is how it's done, guys. Get involved, stay involved, and this is how we deconstruct the court. Like I said, if this does not make you want to go out and vote no 3 times because of COVID lockdowns, COVID lockdowns, mask wearing, and shutting down your local businesses and family businesses, and wearing masks for 4 months at a time, and being 6 feet away. This is how we keep business rolling. This is how we keep things going by going out there and vote. Look, we need to have a bigger turnout for all candidates on this municipal election, from school board races to judge of elections races to inspector major races, inspector minors races, to um, county clerks and coroners and sheriffs and whoever's winning or running in this municipal election, plus voting no 3 times. It's time that we stay involved. It's time we got involved, guys. Um, stay stay vigilant, stay awake, guys. This is how we deconstruct the administrative state. This is how we take back what is rightfully ours and get involved. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow.